Good morning. It is temperature is really dropped. We're in the middle of that big winter storm that is coming through. So if you're watching it now, you understand where I'm talking about. If you're watching it in the future, you can look back and see all the stuff. We're not terribly cold here. It's probably 40s, 50s, so it's not too bad. Although there's some frost and some, frozen puddles and stuff still on the ground. It's not as bad as some of the other people in some of the other places have gotten, and we're grateful for that. We are, but it makes it really difficult. Two things happen when it gets this cold. One, the thought of inflatables leaves people's minds. So people don't even think about renting or calling or anything like that. And the phone traffic goes way down, which that's fine. We understand that there's an off season. The other thing is that it really makes it difficult to do anything outdoors because it's miserable. It's bone chilling and stuff like that. But you've got to keep kind of going and doing and moving forward and doing the things that you're going to do. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to work on my my blower shed, and I'm going to pull out and reorganize and get everything kind of back to where it should be. And this kind of thing helps create a situation where things move a lot more smoothly and a lot better. And also you pull things out of corners that shouldn't be in corners because they get lost in corners, and so it makes it a little bit better, and it keeps me moving and doing things. So that'll be a little better. It's not going to be the most exciting work in the world. It just kind of sorting and the whole 9 yards. But it's stuff that has to be done. And again, anybody that's in this business or any other business out there understands that you do things not because you want to, but because you have to. And so there you have it. I got an old Army generator, and I really can't bring myself to get rid of it. I probably should, because I don't use it, and it's heavy. It is so heavy for the amount of power that it puts out. It's kind of ridiculous, but and then my old popcorn machine, empty gas cans and all the accessories. Snow cone machine. I've got a vacuum, which I need to bring at least the battery out. Fog machines, balls, and then we get into blowers. All the blowers on on the racks and everything like that, and cords on this side and the stakes. And I want to show you guys. I've got other stakes and some of the other things, but I mean, I really need to get a handle on it, especially since I'm forging stakes now. I really need to get a handle on some of this stuff. So some of these stakes are really bad. Like, I don't know if you can see the bend that's in there. I've got to get that straightened out. And even this is a heavy duty one, and it's got that takes a lot. It takes a whole lot to do that. Now the stakes that I'm making are like this, and they're 3/4, and they've got the slanted tips, and I like that because what it does is it makes it cant. But I've also kind of forged them. They're thick enough to where when they start to mushroom and stuff, it's not going to break through. Some of the smaller ones will break. But this is that is a 5/8 inch. This shouldn't bend like that. That's pretty crazy. The amount of force that it takes to bend that is pretty amazing. And even this one is got a little bend in it, and that may be where my guys are using it to pull other stakes out. But yeah, a lot of these just really need some help. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through all these stakes. I'm going to pull out all the ones bent and see if I can't get them straightened out, and see if I can't you know, kind of rework them and you know, do what needs to be done. They're again pretty bad, and they shouldn't be. But we have a solid loamy ground where I'm at, meaning it's a lot of rocks, it's a lot of hard clay, it's a lot of, you know, it's not sand, and it's not, you know, soft for the most part. So when you go into that, it is really put up some kind of effort to stop, you know, what you're doing. But anyway, I'm gonna pull all these stakes out, and I'll show you the picture of everything that I've got afterwards, so you can kind of see that it's pretty amazing how you know, the wear and tear and torture that these stakes go through. So anyway. Question mark. Right, look at that. Wow. Another one. Pretty bad. These are some newer stakes, and they're decent size, but again, there's this ability for it to, I don't get it. That's a lot of pressure that's being, and this isn't from it being pulled. This is literally from putting it into the ground and pulling it out of the ground. It's not anything that's kind of pressure that's being put on it by the unit or by the wind or anything like that. It's literally just us putting them in and out of the ground is causing all this. So. Again, all of this creates a situation where you're so much better off in the regular season when you got all this done and it's out of the way and you don't have to worry about it, and you can kind of, you know, work and adjust without it. So these are the kind of things that you really need to be doing in the off season to kind of offset where you're at and what you're doing, and you know how it's affecting you. We have a ton of different kind of stakes, and they come from a ton of different kind of locations. These are like Walmart tent stakes, and I don't use these for inflatables, but I do use these for tarps, and I use them sometimes for like games and small things like that. So they come in handy, and these are actually pretty tough compared to, you know, some of those thin wire ones that they've got. I like these a little better. They're a little more expensive, but you know, for what they are, they really are good. Again, you don't use these for inflatables, so don't think that this is what this is for. tarps on the ground, and some of our toss games, some of the small toss games. That's what these are for. God, look at that. Unbelievable. I didn't realize how many of these are bad and they're bent, and how many of these, you know, I've got to kind of put together. It's this is going to be a little bit of a work, but that's all right. I've got the time, but it's you guys need to go out and check your steaks. Wow, I've got more to repair and more to straighten out than I've got that's in hand. Now I've got a ton of other steaks. I leave them inside my van, and I leave them inside my toolbox on my flatbed. So I've got more, but these generally are the ones that are always overlooked because they're bent. So what the guys will do is they'll grab the straight ones and put them in there. So I really don't have to worry about the ones that are in the van and stuff, because they've been picked over. It's kind of like the shopping cart at, you know, the grocery store or whatever. A lot of people don't realize this, and my wife kind of picks on me about it. I will always pick out a shopping cart in the parking lot and, you know, push it into the store. Why do you do that? Why do you do that? And it's simple. Somebody's not going to push that cart all around the store and then out into the parking lot if it's bad, it's got a bad wheel or whatever. So generally the ones that are in the parking lot are the good ones. There's a tip for you. If you want a good cart, pick the one that's in the parking lot and take it in with you, because those are going to be the ones that are good. The rest of them, you know, people will push them a couple feet and they the wheels will be bad or whatever, and they'll leave them there. And those are the ones that always stay in the store. So same thing with steaks. If they're on the truck, they're probably good, because your guys aren't gonna mess around with the ones that are bent. But anyway, I'm gonna get through kind of some more of the pulling this stuff out and separating and stuff like that, so you guys can watch all that. Okay, so everything's out of the floor, and we've got them separated by size. So you got 1 horsepowers You got the 2s, and these are 1.5s over here. So, well, there's some 1s mixed in, but for the most part, keeps the aisle clear. Everything is separated. Much better situation. And it didn't take that much time, just, you know, a few minutes. And I've got some other stuff to work on. I can start working on these steaks and getting those things ready. Just keeping that stuff busy, you know, keeping it going so that, you know, you're not stagnant and you're thinking about the business as well. You know, that's important too, because if you stop, then how do you expect your customers to keep going and stuff? So